I 22M got my girlfriend's 21F mom 42F pregnant, and she won't get an abortion. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years. We've been together since high school and attend the same college now. But we decided instead of living in dorms, we got a place together just off campus. My girlfriend has been overwhelmed by her curriculum and has been nothing but distant and stressed. She's always suffered from bouts of depression and anxiety, but it has gone into overdrive, and honestly, it has driven a divide in our relationship the last year or so. She's also been upset about her parents, who recently split up. She invited her mom to live with us, and we unexpectedly got along really well. One night, after a few drinks, her mom made a move on me, and it kind of just went from there afterwards. Last week, she told me she needed to talk to me and told me she's pregnant. I was mostly confused because she's pretty old and already has kids. I told her right away she needed to get an abortion, and she said she just needed to think. We didn't speak much this last week, but last night my girlfriend revealed to me that her mom was pregnant and that her mom told her dad. So now my GF's dad thinks the babies are his, apparently. And after a brief chat with her mom, she coldly told me she's keeping it and pretty much told me F off. I obviously can't keep dating my girlfriend, and I can't pretend my kids are her brothers. On top of that, I'm furious with her mom because she's forcing this kid into the world. Also, my girlfriend has been so depressed lately that I'm afraid the truth might cause her some serious mental harm. I know I'm an arsey hole in this situation, so save your judgments, but I need help. What's the best way to approach this situation that leaves the least amount of damage for everyone involved? TLDR. I got my already depressed girlfriend's mom pregnant, and she won't abort it, and she's lying about her husband being the dad. How do I handle the situation with the least amount of damage to everyone? Edit. I am doing an edit since people are still commenting. I've decided to walk away from the situation and let it handle itself. I'm washing my hands of this. My girlfriend's dad is claiming the baby, and as far as anyone knows, it's his, so he's happy, and her mom is also excited to have a baby, from what my girlfriend tells me. Plus, me and my girlfriend have been getting along so well lately, and her mom is moving back home, so there's no more tension there. Our fling all but unalive. Everything's gone back to normal, but it's kind of better. My girlfriend has grown to love the idea of her mom having another kid, and is excited for a sibling, and she's even hinted that she wants us to have children together in the future. The advice to move on in this thread was great, and everything is moving smoothly once I let go of the fact that it's my baby. It's really not. The parent is the one who raises it. I'll probably have a kid of my own soon, and my relationship is on fire right now. Thank you guys. I'll still reply to some comments where I think it is necessary. Edit. I'd also really like to thank the people who didn't just insult me, but genuinely wanted to help. You are appreciated. Edit. For the people who keep saying this is like fantasy adultery or something, this is really weird. Nowhere in this post did I give any sexual details, and before I hooked up with her, I never had any older woman fantasies. It just happened. Edit. I've replied to so many messages that I think that's all I got in me, and a lot of the messages now are just insults or trolls saying my life doesn't exist. But I wanted to say thank you again to everyone who tried to help and give me advice, even the ones that don't agree with me. I know you guys think otherwise, but leaving my girlfriend isn't the right choice for us right now, though it's nice that you guys are concerned. Whatever happens in the future happens, and I'll have to handle it then. If you guys want an update in the future, I can do that. Update. I wasn't going to do an update due to all the backlash and hate I got on my post, and even worse in my inbox from people just calling my problem fake. But there were people who gave good advice, and really helped me during a hard time. So this update is for them. The advice I got to back off regarding the baby situation worked itself out really well. My girlfriend's mom moved back in with her dad for about a month, but ended up leaving again because she had a miscarriage and her dad was really upset about it. According to my girlfriend, her mom was still drinking and smoking throughout it, and her dad was constantly fighting with her about stopping for the baby, and when it passed away, he blamed her, which isn't fair because it's not his body or place to judge what she does with it, and was really devastated at the loss. He isn't doing too well mentally right now, but I think he'll get better soon. My girlfriend has been visiting him a lot and comforting him. My girlfriend thinks her mom made up the pregnancy to get back with her dad because she's known to be dramatic. But I don't think it makes sense because why would she tell me I got her pregnant? She wanted to move back in with us, but my girlfriend and I put our feet down and said she couldn't. Her mom is still upset with her for not letting her stay, but she's staying at a friend's house now, so it worked out. I took advice. I got into the thread and talked to my girlfriend about going to therapy, and she was really supportive of it. We've gone to 4 or 5 sessions now, and I can't believe how much it's made our lives better. I was able to hear her explain what she's currently going through with her depression and see how much her family life has affected her. We also all agreed that I was way overwhelmed dealing with her depression, the pandemic, and my college courses on top of her mom's drama she brought to our house, and that because of it, I've become distant and not supportive of my girlfriend anymore, which only worsens her depression. We decided that I needed to start taking more time for myself and doing things that make me happy again, and my girlfriend agreed to let me have more free space and to try to give me more attention and affection when needed, and I would do the same for her. We've both decided to take a semester off our schooling and take the pressure off our shoulders for a little while, which I'm really excited about. A couple of guys and I were thinking about doing a hiking trip for a couple of weeks, and she wants to do some art, so we'll see what the future holds. Thank you to everyone who actually tried to help and didn't just see me as a devil, but as a good person who did a bad thing, who's just trying to figure his life out. I appreciate the support. Edit. No, I didn't tell her about her mother and me because that was in the past, and it's a situation that will only hurt her more than help heal us. Something is better left unsaid. Edit. Can the negative people stop replying now? I was hoping to hear from the people who had helpful, progressive advice. Second story. I had my promotion offer retracted because my boss learned I was getting married. For my first ever Reddit post, I'll try to make all of this understandable. I'm posting this here too, as I don't really have anyone to vent to about it. Background. 22F has worked for a fast food chain for the past 2.5 years and has been engaged since May 2019. So back in January, my manager brought me into the office and offered me a promotion. She was relaying the information from the owner. The promotion was to become a shift manager at one of the other restaurants in my city. I would obviously get a pay raise, better hours, more consistent, and various other perks. I initially told her I needed to think about taking it, but I was definitely excited and enthusiastic. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, and I had a meeting with her to discuss some questions I had about the job. What benefits, where I was working, training, etc. One of my questions was whether it was reasonable to request, as part of my new contract, to have the week of my wedding off in August. She said absolutely, and would ask the owner for me if that could be written into the contract. On Wednesday, I go into her office to ask about any new information or developments. She shut the door and said that the offer had been retracted, and I would not be getting the promotion. She explained that the owner had decided to retract the offer after learning I was getting married, and that a young woman getting married means she's going to get pregnant. She also said that, if you were a man, we would not be having this conversation. I was and still am absolutely gobsmacked. It's the first time in my life that I've ever felt sexism or discrimination based on sex in my entire life. I'm so effing angry. I've essentially lost my job. I am still currently employed there, but I have no desire to continue working there whatsoever. I feel utterly disgusted and somewhat dirty, even though I did nothing wrong. I love working there, and all the people at my restaurant have not done anything to me. But it's the fact that I would be working for an owner that's so blatantly sexist. I've gone and sought legal advice at an equality organization in my city, and am waiting for a response from the person in charge. I've also opened a complaint in my company's HR department, and they have asked me to contact the owner directly to understand exactly why I haven't gotten this promotion. They said that I or my manager may have misunderstood the reason why. Thank you so much for reading. I'm not sure what outcome I want from all this. I just had to get it off my chest. TLDR. My sexist boss retracted my promotion because I'm getting married, and that means I'm going to get pregnant. Update. I took my sexist ex-boyfriend to court for discrimination and won. So obviously a lot has happened between my first post on this and this one. So I'll do my best to summarize the past 2 years of my life. Feb 2020. Had an in-person meeting with my manager, the owner of the restaurant franchise, and a supposed mediator. I legally recorded the audio of the meeting. This part is important. I was very unhappy with the outcome of this meeting. I felt like no one listened to me, and I was bullied by the higher-ups into making this all go away. March 2020. After all this went down, I sought a lawyer at a local union firm who agreed to take on my case. Due to the laws in my country, Switzerland, my case was classified as a civil one between individuals, so there could be no criminal consequences, and my monetary compensation would be limited to a 3-month salary as written in Swiss law. Between March and August 2020. Lots of back and forth between my lawyer and my ex-employer. Basically denying all responsibility, not wanting to do anything, etc. August 2020. Again, as per Swiss law, a mediation meeting was set up between myself, my boss, and the lawyers in front of a judge. The judge was purely there to help keep things civil, if necessary, no say whatsoever. This mediation meeting lasted 15 minutes, with my boss lawyer refusing to budge. My boss didn't even turn up for this meeting. Since we couldn't come to an agreement, I was given permission to file a formal case, which meant a judge would hear my case and rule on it, between August 2020 and May 2021. Hardly any news from either side. COVID slowed everything to a snail's pace. So I was told to just wait while all the administrative cogs turned. May 2021. The big day. My case was heard in front of a judge, with witnesses called from both sides to testify and lots of evidence filed from my side at least. My key piece of evidence was this audio recording, in which my boss and manager basically put their foot in it. The judge asked them both to explain themselves, with neither giving very convincing arguments to defend themselves. I stood in court and told my account of the story, staring my boss right in the face. Between May 2021 and February 2022. More waiting. I knew the law was slow, but geez Louise. At this point, I had put the case to the back of my mind. February 7th, 2022. My state's civil court ruled in my favor. I won. I took my boss to court over discrimination, and a judge found him liable. I won. I can't begin to describe how incredible it feels. I cried on the phone with my lawyer when she called me to tell me the news. It was never about the money. It was always about accountability and acknowledgement. I am so proud of myself for pursuing this despite the odds stacked against me. Discrimination is incredibly hard to prove. Too bad I had that recording. To all those who commented and supported me 2 years ago, thank you. My ex-employer was found guilty of discriminatory behavior as so written in Swiss law and ordered to pay compensation. I know my story is one of thousands out there, with so many of them never receiving the justice or recognition they deserve. But I hope this gives confidence to others. We can do it. TLDR. In February 2020, the boss made discriminatory remarks. He took him to court. Feb 2022. Outcome of the case, I won. There has obviously been a lot of local press and bad publicity for my ex-employer on this story, which is just a cherry on top. So here are a few links to various articles in French in the description. Thank you for watching the video.